So, saw Dominion last night. If you don't know what Dominion is, or Dominion movement, well, Dominion is a film, 2 hour long film about the terrible, horrible injustice and animal cruelty that's standard practice in factory farms in Australia is where the footage is from, but it's not isolated incidents. Like, this is happening all over the world, like especially in the Western worlds, but also in other areas. Basically, it's time to stop taking advantage of animals because they are vulnerable beings, and that doesn't give us a right to just do whatever the fuck we want to them, basically. Like, it's disgusting. It made me feel disgusted to be a human and be linked to these people that are kicking animals, throwing them about, slitting their throats. When they get bolt gunned in the head, it doesn't kill them instantly, so they're probably alive for the next process. Like, I cried through the whole thing. It was really hard. Some people had to leave the room because it was horrifying to watch. It should definitely be watched, though. If you've paid for this to happen to animals, then the least we can do is sit through a fucking 2 hour long movie and see what we used to pay for, or what we still do pay for if you're not vegan yet. Like, it went through every single animal, starting with pigs and then right through to exotic animals at the end, but went through all the different farm animals and even about ducks and turkeys, and each animal has its individual way of living and how it's meant to live, to be happy, healthy and everything. And each one is not getting to live that life and not getting to do their natural, not live in their natural state of being. Like ducks, for instance, are aquatic animals. They don't get any water, don't get to live in any water or anything before they're slaughtered, and they can't even stand up properly because they're meant to be in the water most of the time, and their weight is taken by the water. But that's just a small example. And like, big up to these brave, amazing people that have made this movie and have suffered so much hassle and grief just for wanting to liberate animals and give them the fair chance in life. They are wanted by the officials, by the people that are meant to be looking after us and looking after the animals. Like, these places that are slaughtering and just keeping these animals in horrible condition where they're living in their own shit and they've got sores and burns all over them. And this is RSPCA standard. Well, what the fuck? It was really hard to watch through the amount of blood and just like trying to forcefully force the animals go into their slaughter, and they can hear and feel and smell their friends or family being murdered before them. It's like, I was just thinking through the whole thing, why are we going through all this hassle to get meat, which we don't need? Like, it's full-on psychopathic torture. Like, the amount of water we have to give to these animals. It was a ridiculous amount of water to produce a small amount of milk. It was like just totally counterproductive. And like, this world is royally fucked. It's so fucked. And if we don't all go vegan, it's just going to get more fucked. The oceans will be no longer. There'll be no fish. They're just scooping everything out of the oceans. They don't give a fuck. dolphins, seals, all that stuff gets caught as well. And you think, oh yeah, not where I get my fish from, or not where I get my milk from, or not where I get my eggs from. No, it's all stealing, it's all abuse, and it's all paying for this unnatural, disgusting, horrible things to happen. If we were meant to eat these things, we'd have claws, we'd have teeth, we'd see animals bleeding and be like, tasty. Well, we're not. We're not meant to eat animals, or we'd be able to eat them raw, okay? We are not superior to these beings. We are just different. And the ways that we do no more in our world, we use that to abuse and hurt people. Well, that's not intelligence, is it, at all? It's fucking disgusting. That's why this... Sorry, cut off there. But yeah, that's why this film is called Dominion, because we don't have the right, we shouldn't have the right to have dominion over everything just because we perceive ourselves as smarter. Well, it's not smarter killing these innocent beings to consume them when it makes everybody ill of cancer, heart disease, diabetes, all these chronic illnesses, is because we're consuming tortured beings that are babies. These are babies. A lot of these animals, even if, say, they're meant to live to be 12, and they're being eaten at 12 months old. Well, that's not right. Nothing about this is humane. Nothing about this is okay. Nothing about this. And before, sorry, when I said, like, things, it's meaning like eggs and milk and meat, but obviously these are actual beings that could have been or were living, breathing. The milk, that's meant for little calves, they don't get any. Because humans want it, so they can get osteoporosis and breast cancer. Well, that's smart. We're so intelligent, us humans, so intelligent. We know best. It's just absolutely heartbreaking. And, like, vegans get ridiculed for showing compassion to these innocent, loving creatures that deserve our respect. It's their planet too. We should be sharing our space and letting them live their lives. They don't want to be killed. They don't want to die. They don't want to be eaten. They don't want to be raped. They don't want to be stolen from. Do you want these things done to you? I don't think so. Now let's see. Oh yeah, they're different. They're bred to eat. They're bred to be like this. Well, no. Can't you see that there's more similarities? We have flesh. We can feel pain. We have eyes, ears, like expression. We breathe. We have hearts that beat. We have the desire to live and follow our heart's desires. So do they. So do they. And they're kept in these cramped conditions all on top of each other with their companions and things all dying around them, rotting away. Ammonia coming up from the shit that's just left there. And these are clean creatures that don't normally shit on their own doorstep, but they're forced to writhe around in their own muck and mess, and they've got massive sores all over them. Most animals die before getting eaten. Loads get thrown out or killed because they're not good enough to breed on to... Because they're seen as property, they're seen as products. And there's just so much waste watching it, so much waste, like it's like our byproducts or waste, or them ones aren't good enough, so we'll chuck them out, the broken ones. Well, These are living, breathing beings. They are not products for us to chuck about and do as we please and bashing little piglets' heads into the floor because they're not valuable to us. They have value. And we can't just like blame it on these workers and things, because they're victims too of this horrible, cruel society. They think that this is how we're meant to be living. It's definitely not. It's a fucking horror movie in there. They've got knives strapped to them and calling the animals all sorts. Like, the disconnect is unreal. Well, the disconnect is real. This world is unreal. It's just like, you know, when we pay for this to happen, you can't just say, oh no, not where I get my stuff from, because that's just ignorance, absolute ignorance. If you were still buying meat and dairy and eggs or any of those products, you were paying for this inhumane, inconceivable, disgusting, outrageous, terrible, nasty things to be happening. I mean, I've been to some slaughterhouses, and you can hear the animals screaming. I've heard pigs screaming. And now, after seeing this movie, I've seen them getting dropped into the gas chambers. And they're screaming for their lives. And they're just being like gassed out. Like the Holocaust, that's where they learned how to torture people in the Holocaust. They learned from farmers. Yes, if you don't believe me, check it out for yourselves. Like, this is disgusting injustice that needs to come to an end. It needs to come to an end now. And yeah, I know I'm normally happy sunshine or whatever, but these are dark things that are happening, and we need to be talking about these things, and we can't just dismiss these things or ridicule these things that are happening. We need to see that there are victims behind every meal that has meat, dairy or eggs in. They are victims. Like, it's just disgusting. Babies are ripped away from their mothers. Little bobby calves crying out for their mums. Killed within not very many days of being alive, because they're seen as waste. They can't produce more milk, so they get turned into veal. So most people don't agree with veal, yet will still buy milk while you're paying for the veal. Also, products, leather. Sometimes I found out in Dominion that leather isn't just a byproduct, it is one of the products. If not, sometimes there's more demand for leather than there is for meat. And there are just billions of animals getting tortured and enslaved and slaughtered. There's no way to humanely slaughter anyone. No. None of these beings want to die. They want to live and see the sun and have fresh air and not be living in their shit, and they want to be able to reproduce naturally, not have some farmer shove their fist up their anus/vagina and ram it in their cervix. They don't want these things happening. Some of these animals are being skinned alive. Or for Angora, rabbits having their hair pulled out. This is disgusting. This is disgusting, and it needs to stop now. Just I don't care how bad it may make you feel. If you're paying for this shit, you need to just stop it. You can whinge on at vegans for like going on about stuff, but what the fuck? Just stop using and abusing animals and paying for this horrible stuff to happen. At least watch the documentary. Sorry, yeah, I was saying film before or movie, but it is a documentary. This is factual stuff that is happening. And because these people have documented this, they have had the police after them. They've been raided. All sorts. Why are the biggest targeted more than, all these animal liberation groups are more wanted by the FBI and stuff than terrorists? They're seen as terrorists for wanting beings to live their life and not be treated so disgustingly. It's just, what is up with this world? Why is it so fucking backwards? I cannot comprehend. We need to do everything we can to help, right? So, check out Dominion, find if there's a showing. Soon it should be released for everybody to be able to watch for free. But until then, watch, I don't know, Land of Hope and Glory. You can see what's going on actually in the UK, in the farms, standard practice. I haven't actually watched it yet myself, but I'm going to after this. But apparently it's not as full on as Dominion. But, these are full on things that are happening. And just because of our sensitive, we don't want to feel guilty, so we can't watch this. Oh, I don't like seeing the animals dying. Well, none of us like to see them dying, so stop fucking paying for it. If you care about animals, and if you love animals, and if you disagree with hurting animals, stop eating them. Stop paying for this violence. Just cut it out now, because I'm sick of the hypocrisy. I'm sick of vegans being ridiculed and hated on, and people just being fucking downright horrible to us, when we're just trying to get people to see this craziness that is going on in the world and this disgusting behaviour. It really has to end now. So, fucking watch a documentary, pick up a book, go check out a slaughterhouse, talk to one of your vegan friends, find out more about this. Don't just dismiss things with anything in life. Don't just dismiss it. Go and research for yourself. Just because, the officials tell you something, don't just believe that. You need to go out and search these things for yourself and look at what is happening. Start questioning things. Why is everybody getting cancer and heart disease? I don't know. Why are things labelled as free-ranged, happy eggs from a happy farm? These are all marketing ploys. They put profit over us. They put profit over these animals. They put profit above everything in this capitalistic shithole. So, start questioning things, for God's sake. Let's just take a step back and really look at what is going on here. And don't feel powerless. See what you can do today to change things. What can you do today to make this world better? Don't be complaining about Theresa May and Donald Trump and all that shit. What can you do? Stop complaining, and what can you do to help these animals, to help the world, to help the planet? It's destroying the environment. It's destroying us. It's destroying these beautiful, conscious, sentient, amazing beings that should be out there living their life. But we abuse them for entertainment, for clothing, for food that doesn't even serve us. It is all wrong. I've not even touched on greyhound racing and horse racing and all this other ways that just this terrible abuse is everywhere. It is everywhere. Once you start opening your eyes to this And the only way to not be a part of it is to be vegan. And then even more so, to be an active vegan, you need to be active. We need to be out there spreading the word. It doesn't matter if your voice is shaking or people are hating on you. Fuck them. We need to... The animals don't care. They're slaughtered. So many are dying right now. Dead. Slam, bash, boom. They're all fucking dying. So we need to, like, do something now. You know? There's loads of different ways, you know. Even if you don't want to watch the cruelty stuff straight away, there's What the Health, there's Cowspiracy, that's more about the environment. What the Health is more about health. They're both on Netflix. Forks Over Knives, it's got the biggest study ever on like food and biggest study on how this affects our bodies, basically. Yeah, it's really good. Sorry, I'm losing track here, but yes. Just go and check it out. There's loads of documentaries on Netflix. Most people have Netflix. Go and check these things out. Go on YouTube. Check out Earthling Ed. Check out Joey Carbstrong. Check out James Aspey. These are amazing activists out there every day. You know, research and check out Dominion Movement, okay? We need to put an end to this now and just think a little bit more, you know. I've been feeling great since going vegan. I'm looking better, feeling better, you know, but it's not even about that. The longer I'm vegan, the more I realise this is for the animals and we need to help these innocent, lovely, beautiful beings that they've just really not got it good. And we would not want that to happen to us, so just don't ignore these things. We need to help these beings. And you can just by picking up oat milk instead of cow's milk. Pick up vegan cheese instead of, you know, if you shop at the big supermarkets anyway, all these things are very readily available for you. You know, there's sections for these things. Just ask one of the people that work there. And they'll direct you, you know. There's always choices. There's always things we can do to make things better, okay? Just end the suffering now, please. So yeah, Dominion Movement, Dominion, check it out. Peace. Also, you can like sign up monthly to help out Dominion. And you get this really cool t-shirt if you sign up monthly to help them. It's all written backwards, but yes. And then on the back, there's like, you can be part of the Dominion Movement Action Team. Sorry, Dominion Movement Action Team. So yeah, we need to help these out with funding, you know, to make things a lot better. And I also got this other cool t-shirt because I feel like we need, you know, we're still living in this capitalistic world, so while we need to put our money into these good causes, you know, help out where we can. This is a beautiful t-shirt, this one. Look at this gorgeous, lovely cow on there. Dominion Movement. And then on the back, together, we will rise together. We will rise together. We will rise together. There's no doubt about it. There's no stopping us vegans until all of those animals are liberated. And there's a ridiculous amount of vegans out there, right? There's no stopping us. The movement is strong and it's getting stronger. So be part of this wicked, amazing, brilliant movement. Not wicked as in bad, as in, yeah. Be part of this amazingness and, you know, change the world, you know? People thought it was normal to have slaves. People thought it was normal to be horrible to women. Thought it was normal, you know, to hate on gay people. All those things are changing now, you know. we're getting better, it's seen as wrong to hate. So why are we hating on animals? You know, this is what's happening now, and we need to make a change for the better. So be vegan, do it, save the animals, love, peace, harmony for everyone in the world. Peace.